The Deregulation Act of March 2015 changed the way that London regulates short-term letting. Previously, Londoners required planning permission to short-term let their properties. Now, council taxpayers can short-term let their properties for up to 90 nights in a calendar year. Short-term letting contributes to an increase in transient residents, the loss of permanent housing stock, and changes to the character of neighbourhoods. London councils employ enforcement officers to ensure that housing legislation is being complied with, but only Westminster Council has officers dedicated to short-term letting. The officers check websites offering short-term lets to identify landlords that may be breaking the law. They are looking for aggressive commercial, industrial short-term letting operations that, in the words of one officer, turn London into a vast hotel. Often a freeholder will long-term let the property via an estate agent, and the agent will sublet it as a short-term lease, sometimes without the freeholder's knowledge. People use short-term lets for a number of reasons, but predominantly tourism. Enforcement officers will visit properties and talk to residents to establish whether they are short-term lettings. The Westminster team tries to establish the names of the residents, how long they have inhabited the property, and who the landlord is. It is not always easy to get the information they want. Back at the office, they will cross-check names and locations, then, 2 weeks later, they will visit the property again and go through the same process of talking to residents to establish whether the property is being short-term let and for how long. Typical complaints to the council about short-term letting are that rubbish is being left in shared spaces, people coming and going late at night are making noise, and that the stream of unfamiliar faces is making permanent residents feel insecure. Often permanent residents will call the council and make a complaint. But there is little officers can do without proof that the landlord has short-term let the property for more than 90 nights. Meanwhile, the character of the local area changes to accommodate the increase in short-term letting. And even when it has proof, the enforcement notice issued by the council is often ignored. And where the council has enough evidence to take a landlord to court for breaching an enforcement notice, it is very difficult to prove beyond reasonable doubt that the law has been broken. Since the law changed in March 2015, Westminster Council has only been able to serve one enforcement notice. Looking to make the law easier to enforce, council officers would like to see a requirement for flat owners to register short-term lettings so the local authority has a record. In the meantime, London councils are spending time, energy and taxpayers' money trying to enforce a law that is very difficult to police.